Welcome back to another segment of Deck List. Today we're going to be looking at the PPG Weekly event and for Season 3 free tournament. Alright, so first place is Safwan Raham's Unchained list. And now, I don't know what I missed in the format development as of late, but you blink and all of a sudden Unchained is here and it's competing. It's doing well, and players are like, I don't know how to deal with this. So when you have an entire deck that likes floating, at any other point in a deck's life, had this deck came out, this deck might have been able to be amazing tier 1. But because of modern power creep, yeah. So we have one Abominable Unchained Soul, triple copies of Astral Blossom and Joy Spring, triple copies of Dimension Shifter, one copy of my boy Pinkertops, triple copies of Ghost Ogre, triple copies of Gamma, one Unchained Soul of Disaster, triple Aruha, triple Rekia, triple copies of Sarama, and one Brick. Then we have triple copies of Abomination's Prison, triple copies of Pot of Extravagance. That's it. That's all you need in your deck. 6 spell cards. Alright? We have triple copies of Abominable Chamber of the Unchained, triple copies of Escape of the Unchained, and triple copies of Infinite Impermanence, wrapping up your main deck. Extra deck is focused on using the opponent's monsters against them and a means for you to build a board. So we have triple copies of Unchained Soul of Rage, triple copies of Unchained Soul of Anguish, triple copies of Unchained Abomination, triple copies of Nightmare Unicorn, one copy of Blackluster Soldier, Soldier of Chaos, one access code Talker, and one copy of Cyframe Lord Omega. Side deck here we have triple copies of Nibiru, triple copies of Cosmic Cyclone, triple copies of Dark Ruler No More, triple copies of Lightning Storm, and triple copies of Evenly Matched, wrapping up Mr. Ramen's interesting list. Like I said, modern Yu-Gi-Oh! This deck is like at lower tier events. Like it honestly took a little bit of exploring. I'm gonna attribute a little bit of success to this to Distant Coder for constantly playing it all the time and showing people that hey, this works. But this deck is outlandishly annoying to deal with. Modern day recruiters, by the way, pretty good. All right, next up we have Infernoble. Actually, this was second place. This was Penmill's Prince's list. Now, see, we only have 2 copies of Ash here. We're following that OCG mentality here. I like that. So we have 2 copies of Ash Blossom and Joy of Spring, 2 copies of the Fire Flint Lady, 1 copy of the Immortal Phoenix Gearfraid, triple copies of Renauld, 1 copy of Elstafo, 1 copy of Ogier, triple copies of Oliver, 1 Jet Synchron, 1 Olion, triple copies of Connector, with 1 copy of Aqua Dolphin, triple copies of Gamma, 1 copy of Gemba, 1 Squeaker, triple copies of Sublimation Knight, 1 Red Layer, and 1 copy of the Driver. And then we have triple copies of Durandal, 1 copy of Phoenix Blade, triple copies of the Heritage of Chalice, 1 Living Fossil, 1 copy of Magical Midfield Breaker, 1 Rhoda, and 1 copy of the Smoke Grenade. Now, interesting enough, though, we are on a 40 card variant here, and I've seen a lot of players staying very far away from 40 card variants here. To see success with this is a very good thing. I think the only confliction that people really hate about this is if you happen to open up multiple equips, because you haven't spaced out your deck a little bit more, that's just bad luck, but you're going for the variance of opening up a better hand by playing the reduced number of cards in the deck. So we have 1 copy of Auroradon, 1 Link Cross, 2 copies of Isolde, and 1 Halifibrax. I like this. This is the most standard thing ever. I think I saw one stray list that was playing 2 Halifibrax the other day. I was like, that's interesting. We have 1 Trishula, 1 Hyper Librarian, 1 Omega, 1 Martial Metal Marcher, 1 Charles, 1 Roland, 1 Herald, 1 Formula Synchron, 1 Coral Dragon, and 1 Borreload Savage. Side deck here we have 1 Ash Blossom and Joy Spring, 1 Pinkertops, triple copies of Nibiru, triple copies of Dark Ruler No More, triple copies of Lightning Storm, triple copies of Appointer of the Red Lotus, and 1 copy of Red Reboot, wrapping up Mr. Prince's list for everybody. But like I said, a 40 card variant squeaking underneath the table is a very good thing. And I want to continue to see how players do proceed about this deck, because this has been the most open-ended deck of the format with so many different ways to play it. It's insane. Next up, we have Altergeist. Now, this is Negalo Besterfroon's list from PPG this week. And I also see we're playing Ghost Mourner and the Moonlit Chill here in multiple numbers. It seems like, in terms of development for the metagame, this card is definitely gaining a lot of, I guess, prowess is the word, but a lot of players are choosing to play this now. Not as like a 3 of, but I've been seeing it coming in as a 1 to 2 of, as a tech slot. I think players are like, we're maxing out on other hand traps. We have room for this, so we may as well explore it as an option. So we have 1 Kunguri, triple copies of Marionetter, triple copies of Melazeek, and triple copies of Multifaker, with 2 Siliguitos. These 12 cards never change, alright? We have triple copies of Ash Blossom and Joyous Spring, triple copies of Effect Veiler, and 2 copies of Ghost, Mourner, and Moonlit Chill. So, maximum hand traps, check. The only way to play Altergeist. We have triple copies of Cosmic Cyclone, and triple copies of Pot of Extravagance, wrapping up your spell lineup. Easy. Then we have 1 Manifestation, 2 Protocol, triple Compulsory Evacuation Device. This card has moved into being a staple for this deck. It is one of the best single 1-for-1s in the entire game. And, well, okay, on an extract monster, but this card just does what it needs to do. We have triple copies of Infinite Permanence, triple copies of Our Personal Spoofing, and 2 copies of Torrential, actually. I haven't seen this card in a while, but with going second mentalities, you board wipe your opponent, and then you go into Multifakers and Siliguitos, it's detrimental to a lot of players, and they can't really recover from a huge board wipe like that. Then in the extra, we have 2 copies of Salim, 1 Elmirage, 2 copies of Relinquished Anima, triple copies of Link Karibo, 2 copies of Holly Fibrax. Actually, this is interesting. This gets you access to climb up into Selene. We have triple copies of Hextia, and then 2 copies of Access Code Talker, because you are playing the Pot of Extravs, so you want to make sure you have your OTK bait. Side deck here with 2 Ghost Ogre, triple copies of Nibiru, triple copies of Lightning Storm, 2 copies of 3 Tactics Talent, 1 Imperial Order, 1 Skill Drain. Okay, this is interesting. I don't think I've seen... I like this, okay. I have triple copies of Solemn Judgment, wrapping up your copy of Altergeist. And then we have the champion. Congratulations to Jeff Leonard, coming in with the most unfair deck in Yu-Gi-Oh! Yet again. Alright, who doesn't love Mystic Mine Burn? I love it. It's so not fun. So we have triple copies of Dimension Shifter, triple copies of Planet Pathfinder, and triple copies of Silent Wabi. That's your monster lineup. We're not trying to do the cheese DD shenanigans here. And then we have triple copies of Demise of the Land, triple copies of Field Barrier, 1 Final Countdown, triple copies of Goddess Scold's Oracle, triple copies of Left Arm Offering, triple copies of Mystic Mine, triple copies of Pot of Duality, triple copies of Pot of Extravagance, triple copies of No, you can't pop my field card, with 1 Terraforming. And then we have triple copies of Dark Bribe, 1 Metaverse, and triple copies of Solemn Judgment. 10 turns, by the way, each. The most unfair card in the game. Extra deck is hilarious. So we have triple copies of Reproticus, triple copies of Spider, 1 Unicorn with 2 Phoenix, triple copies of the Fossil Skull Knight to banish pop, and then triple copies of Inns for a pop. And then side deck is triple copies of Amato Awato, because, we want to be able to resolve our cards. 1 copy of Cauldron of the Old Man, triple copies of Dark Ruler No More, triple copies of Lightning Storm, triple copies of No More Spell Pops for You, and 2 copies of Infinite Impermanence, wrapping up probably what is the most disgustingly unfair deck in the game. And it's all because of this card. Mystic Mine continuing to be a massively degenerate card. Is it something that we need in the game? Probably not, but it's interesting to see how it's impacting us. So what do you guys think about this chunk of deck list from events from PPG this weekend. Please leave a comment down below. Tell me what you guys think about these decks. And well, guys, I will see you next time. Peace out. Thank you, patrons, for making the ride never truly end. Without you guys' support, well, I would probably be doing Truffle Shuffle videos for a living. Guys, please check out VanCall40 for all of your Cardfight Vanguard content brought to you by MCall40. And if you are looking to pick up singles, check out mcallgames.com for your trading card game needs. Thanks for watching, everybody.